For the 54th problem on this first ACT practice test, a dog eats 7 cans of food in 3 days. At this rate, how many cans of food does the dog eat in 3 plus D days? So to answer this question, we need to figure out the unit rate, or essentially the rate of food that the dog eats in 1 day. So how much food does this dog eat in 1 day? So let's start with what we know. The dog eats 7 cans of food in 3 days. And since we want to figure out how many cans of food the dog eats in 1 day, we can write this as a ratio. So we have 7 cans, and it takes the dog 3 days to eat that. So another way to look at this rate, if we want to change it to a unit rate, we want to know how many cans can the dog eat in 1 day. We can essentially just evaluate this fraction, or just move the fraction to the top. So the dog eats 7/3 of a can in 1 day. Or if you put this into the calculator, the dog eats 2.33 repeating cans in 1 day. So now that we know the unit rate, we can go back and answer our question. So how many cans of food does the dog eat in 3 plus D days? So we know for 3 days, we already know that the dog is going to eat 7 cans, since we're given that information. But for D days, we need to use our unit rate. So it would essentially be this 7/3. Let me make a little bit more room. 7/3 of a can per day, and then all we have to do is multiply it by the number of days. Or in our case, since we're just using D for days, we can just multiply it by D. So 7/3 of a can per day multiplied by D days would be 7 times D over 3. And that's in cans. So in D days, the dog will eat 7D over 3 cans. And our question, recall, asked for how many cans the dog eats in 3 plus D days. So we have to add this 7 cans from the first 3 days to the 7D over 3 cans from the next D days. So in essence, our final answer would be this 7 from the first 3 days, and then 7D over 3 from the next D days. So our answer is letter K here.